Hi everyone, this is Nicole Schumann, social media editor from This Built America, and we're here today with SEURA Television and Gretchen Gilbertson, who's one of the co-owners. Hi Gretchen, how are you today?
Doing very well. Thank you very much.
And SEURA is based in Wisconsin, Green Bay, so big football sports area, sports town. And SEURA is a really great product. It is made in America. It is one of the only television manufacturers still located in America. And they produce some really cool products, TVs that project in mirrors that you can watch through mirrors in bathrooms. Also outdoor TVs that can withstand some of the elements and water. So some really great ideas that they had. So we're going to chat with Gretchen today just about the business and how they got into that. So first of all, so you and your husband went to University of Wisconsin, correct? And you were college sweethearts.
Yeah, I guess you could say we were college sweethearts. Yeah, I actually met Tim my freshman year when I was a cheerleader on the football or cheering for the football and men's basketball teams, and he was Bucky Badger at the time. So, which happens to be, for those who are not Wisconsin fans, happens to be the mascot for the University of Wisconsin-Madison. So yeah, we met first year in college and have been together ever since.
Well, that's a pretty coveted position, isn't it, to be the Badger?
I think it is. I mean, it's quite a few people try out for that position, and it's one of those things that it gives you some nice bragging rights after you're done with your term. You're not supposed to tell anybody who you are at the time, but he's actually got a tattoo of Bucky on his leg just because it's one of those neat things to be able to have that opportunity. So.
So, University of Wisconsin, you guys are alumni. Do they, have they done any stories on you regarding, your product or, the business that you've been able to build?
The university has not done any stories. We've actually gotten quite a bit of recognition statewide, which has been very, very nice, especially for Northeast Wisconsin, because Northeast Wisconsin and in our state in general is not really known for electronics. But the university, to answer your question directly, has not done anything on us yet.
Well, maybe after this, maybe soon.
Would that be fantastic?
Yeah. So, how did you guys end up getting into television manufacturing? What is your background, and what made it interesting for you to create this product?
Sure. Really, my background is in market research and product development and understanding trends and how to develop solutions that are either ahead of the time or not necessarily speaking to the fads, but more of the trends of what's going on today and in the future. And so for us, really, it started with the trend of master bathrooms within the home, recognizing that women today are very, very busy. Many of them have full-time jobs. They might have anywhere from 1 to 2 or 3 kids. They're married. They don't have a lot of time for themselves to be able to retreat from the day, the stresses of the day, perhaps the kids, who knows what. And so what they were trying to do is develop that space within their home, which happened to be the master bathroom. And so the trends of the master bathroom moved to being just that of a toilet and a shower and a sink with a mirror to being a personal sanctuary. So what was nice about that is they started adding heated towel warmers, heated floors, those fancy toilet seats that kind of go up and down and do magical things, but also adding things like audio and video. So putting TVs in that bathroom, putting speakers in that bathroom. And so for us, it was really identifying that trend for them to be able to retreat to their sanctuary at the end of the day, close the door off from the world, and have something very nice for themselves. So that really was the catalyst for the television mirror. Great way to incorporate that video and audio in the room without compromising the elegant design that they also wanted to create in that space.
Do you and Tim have children?
We do. We have 3 children. Yeah,
Okay.
we have a 11-year-old girl, a 9-year-old boy, and a 4-year-old girl. So I know exactly what that's all about.
Having personal space, your personal time, one of the only places you can probably be alone.
Yeah, yeah. And for me, actually, personally, I have a TV mirror, as you can imagine, in my own bathroom. And a lot of times people say, you know what, a TV mirror must be for somebody who watches a lot of TV. And quite frankly, for me personally, it's quite the opposite. Being a business owner, a busy mom of kids who are on everything these days, I don't have an opportunity to watch TV. So it allows me, as I get ready for the half hour in the morning in the bathroom, to really watch the news, the weather, feel a little bit educated on what's going on outside in the world other than just the Wall Street Journal, and yet be able to get on with my day when it's all said and done. So it's been very convenient for me.
Oh, that's nice. That's great. Do you have a favorite TV show?
Um, to be honest, I don't watch a lot of TV. Although we make TVs, the news is really one of the big ones. So I can't say that I have anything in particular. If there is one, it would be CSI.
Okay. Well, you guys make very cool Bond-like television, so something like CSI makes a lot of sense. So that's great. Um, so you guys were basically, you worked in market research, and Tim also worked in marketing as well?
Also in product development. So he actually developed entire market, if you will, in product lines, both from the working with engineering staff as well as the sales and distribution staff to bring to market under-counter refrigeration products. So if you think about those wine refrigerators that people often have in their homes, he did that for another company. So again, it doesn't tie in directly to TVs, but at the end of the day, it's having the expertise to identify the trends and then develop the strategy to capitalize on that from a business perspective.
Yeah, definitely, definitely parallel different types of product creations and those sorts of things. So I can see how that helped out a lot. But basically, building a TV probably wasn't your line of expertise. And there are people out there who have ideas for inventions and products and things that they want to create. What
Uh-huh.
do you suggest on how to get started?
Well, first of all, it really starts with that idea, right? So if you have the idea and you're willing to take a risk, that's the other thing too, right? I think in business and in taking an idea from just that in your head to actually conception is really all about your perseverance, your willingness to take the risk, and then just making sure that you're laying out the groundwork appropriately to make sure that you have the steps in place to make that happen. So when you talk about a TV, for example, you need to do a lot. We did a lot of research with regards to technology. We formed some partnerships with people who had expertise. Of course, now everything for that is done in-house here, so we have a full staff of mechanical, industrial designers, electrical engineers that do that for us. But in the early days, it's just identifying some of those people who might already have those expertise and then creating a network with them to help you achieve your goal.
Great. And yeah, I was going to say, with reference to the TVs, did you know, a lot of product was, where are we going to get the materials from? Different parts aren't always made in America anymore. And I mean, how did that impact your goals in producing a product?
Well, for us in our organization, it's important to have it made here, and the reason is really around the quality and the control that we have in servicing our customers. Our customers are really important to us. We're a smaller organization. We are not competing at the high level of your LG and things like that. But what's great about that is it allows us the ability to service our customers in the way that they want to be. But having said that, you need to have the production and the manufacturing capability to allow you to achieve that. So as we develop new ideas and new concepts, we take that into consideration on what is the best way for us to do that while still keeping the end goal in mind, which is best utilizing or best servicing our customers.
And when you and Tim were starting out, you talked about risk. I mean, you did have other full-time jobs, I'm assuming. When did you decide, hey, this is really going to work, we're going to do this, this is going to be it for full-time?
Well, yeah. We actually, Tim worked for another company for an entire year. before we decided to make it a go together. I myself had just decided 3 months prior to, I thought that I wanted to be an at-home mom with our first child. And that lasted, like I said, about 3 months. And I decided, it's great to be a mom, but I know that there was another purpose for me. So really, I ran the business by myself during the day, and then on nights and weekends, we would spend a lot of our time continuing to work on the strategy and the execution of the business, but also actually building the products.
Wow. So you guys actually put some of the products together, the prototypes and whatnot.
Absolutely. I mean, we were the only two employees for a good amount of time.
That's amazing, especially with a newborn child.
Yeah,
Give you
you know what? Yep, it was pretty incredible. And you know what's great about it though is our children have now grown up with both of their parents having a business. They have a great respect for what we do, and they don't know any different. So they just think that this crazy world is how everybody lives.
Do you get a lot of inquiries being, a part owner as a woman business owner? Have you been able to, utilize that or give any advice to women that are starting their own business? I know you and Tim are partners, but also, I mean, you hold a very large role where you are.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I guess the advice that I have is trust in your instincts. A lot of times I find that women have great intuition and maybe lack a little bit of confidence sometimes, but trust your instincts, trust your intuition. Don't be afraid to speak up. Make sure that you have the ability to go out and voice your opinion and feel confident about what your thoughts are, and that will go a long way. People really buy into that confidence if you have it, and just believe in yourself. And for me, that's worked really well. And I always welcome the opportunity to connect with other women business owners because I find that I learn a lot from all of them.
Hmm. Definitely. That's great. Very important nowadays, that's for sure. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah. When you guys were starting out, what do you wish that some advice that someone would have given you?
Uh,
I'm sure you
well,
learned quite a bit.
I'll tell you two pieces of advice. First of all, that I was given that I didn't listen to. The first was move your business to a larger community like Chicago, like New York City, because we will never be successful having a company like ours in northeastern Wisconsin. I'm so glad today that we didn't listen to that because it was it's our location, quite frankly, that allows us the ability to have the staff that we have that make the quality products that we deliver. So we can't really, in my honest assessment, we can't find that anywhere else. We think that we have something pretty special here. The other piece of advice that I got that we didn't listen to is never go into business with your husband. And it's never going to work, Gretchen, is what they had said. Um, and I'm glad I didn't listen to that either because Tim and I have been a great partner, or we've had a great partnership together. We have our own roles within the organization. We have tremendous respect for each other. And I think as a result, we are a stronger business than maybe our competitors even because of the ability for us to work together and lead the team together. Now, what advice do I wish that I would have gotten that I didn't? Probably patience. We sometimes I want everything to happen yesterday. We see great opportunity, and we get really excited about wanting to give everybody the opportunity to experience SEURA's products, but not everything can happen overnight. And it's really more about a marathon rather than it is a sprint when you're growing a business. So for us, it's understanding that difference. I think in the beginning we were trying to sprint, and we really need to take more time and to put one foot in front of the other and make sure that we're in it for the long haul.
Hmm. That's great. Well, you and Tim seem like, you work really well together and are very successful together as a team. So that's really nice to see.
Yeah.
You mentioned that how much you love northern Wisconsin and Green Bay and being there. And, I guess, what do you guys see as your role in the community? How have you changed the area?
Well, I think first of all, having a technology company, as I talked about earlier, within this area is really kind of a neat thing. Most people, even as we're hiring in the area, they might not know of SEURA, and they're really pleasantly surprised when they have the opportunity to see what we're doing here right in their own backyard. So that's kind of neat. But how do we support the community? It's a lot of different levels. First of all, we're very ingrained with what's going on with some of the schools within our community. Right now, we're supporting the growth of a new gifted and talented school, actually, that just opened 2 years ago as kind of a pilot program, but this fall is going into its own new building and is doubling in size to about 250 students. And so we are actively involved in trying to coach and mentor that program from the business perspective to help support the education objective as well. We also promote health and wellness as part of our team, but also wanting to be able to support the community in that regard as well. So things like joining with My Team Triumph, that's a team initiative that we've put together to try and support those people who are not able-bodied individuals to be able to experience doing things like completing a half marathon, for example, or a 5K race. And people who don't have the opportunity to do things like that within our community is something that we always want to try to support. And then finally, every year we sponsor schools within our area. This is something that we've been doing almost from the start of our organization, and that's to be able to provide a little bit something more for the students within these schools, so that when the holidays come around and Christmas morning comes around, they have a great experience with their family. And I can't disclose a whole lot about that because typically that's an anonymous thing that we do, but it really is heartwarming for us, but also I think very beneficial for those that we work with.
That's awesome that you guys have been able to achieve the level of success to be able to, give back and just make the community a better place. So, and that's a lot to be said. Most especially technology companies, most of them would go to a big city to, make it easier. So congratulations to you guys that you made it work. That's really important. And I think too, it's important for people in areas, that aren't necessarily big cities to see that if they want to start a business. If a lot of the stories that a lot of the companies that we feature are not in big, huge areas, and they're really making a difference, and they're manufacturing things that people need and people use. So that's important. So thanks for that.
I think at the end of the day, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, at the end of the day, it really is about being thankful for everything that we have, and every individual here at SEURA should be thankful because we have a job, we have a great team here, great camaraderie, and it's being able to give back to and recognize what we have and take that and do what we can to help others. And it's small, but at the same time, I think every little thing that we can do is always going to count.
Absolutely. Well, that's great. What do you think your greatest achievement has been so far with the business, having it for 11 years? What has been the greatest thing that you think you guys have done?
Sure. Well, I got to be honest. I mean, for me, a 10-year milestone was very big. And the reason for that is because there's always those bumps along the road where companies kind of fall off after 1 year, or after 3 or 5 or 7. And for us to be able to be in business for 10 years was a huge accomplishment for me personally. But also, I really am very proud of our most recent product line that we came out with, and that's our Storm Outdoor TV. I think for us, it's the most beautiful product ever that we could be able to deliver for both a high-end residential, hotels, stadiums, things like that, and the reason why I'm proud of that is because it wasn't me who drove that product line. It was a team effort for us. Everybody from engineering to marketing to sales. It was really a culmination of everybody coming together to deliver on the objectives. And for that, I'm very proud of as well.
That TV is so great. Everyone should have one. They're really neat.
Yes, I would love it. It's just really about the experience that it offers you. And, being able to take the indoors outside is fantastic. And I tell you what, if I can sit and have my coffee in the morning outside on my back porch in the summer in Wisconsin, and, or have my daughter watching the cartoons next to me while I'm reading the paper, that to me, there was such a limited amount of weather here, nice weather in Wisconsin, that for me, it's about that experience to be able to be outside and enjoy family time together.
Do you ever see the tailgaters at Green Bay outside with a TV? That's an idea for.
You know what? We have done that actually before. In fact, our engineers are really funny. One of them had put together a new tailgate mount for our TV that would go into the back of a truck or something like that, that also held the TV. And I tell you what, I mean, it's not just about going into the game, but it's about being able to see it in a very visual way. Actually, in the stadium here in Green Bay, we put quite a few TVs in that particular stadium when they expanded about a year ago. So you'll see them inside and out there.
Definitely coming full circle. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know you guys, just released the Storm. Do you have, any great projects coming up for the future?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We do, and of course we can't tell you what what they are, but we're always innovating, and right now for us, we're looking several years out already. So again, with my background in being in new product development, you really have to look far out into what are you going to bring to market within the next 12 months, the next 24 months. So yeah, we have a lot of great things up our sleeve.
Great. Well, that's good. Well, thank you so much for your time, and you guys are doing such great work, really fun product, and I wish you continued success, and thank you for being involved with us.
Well, I appreciate the opportunity to talk with you today. This has been fantastic, and thank you for the opportunity to be a part of this Built America. It was really nice for us to have the opportunity to be showcased for the state of Wisconsin. So thank you again.
Great. Well, hopefully other people will take your lead and your advice and continue building things here. So thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right.